this is you. Plastic bags are a part of your everyday life, from groceries, the mall, to takeout. They're so convenient and free. Take them, use them, then throw them away. And you think, why not? Because its impact is greater than you think. One plastic bag affects animal habitats, third world communities, and eventually cycles back to you. Yes, you, and this is how.
Now let's start at the beginning. Plastic bags are made of petroleum, which is a combination of liquid crude oil and natural gas. These materials are extracted from deep inside the ground, with a process that frequently causes oil spills and leakage that contaminate the water and air for nearby communities. This causes immune suppressors, cancer, and reproductive failure. It's tempting to distance yourself from these health issues because they seem to be affecting a remote community, but we are a society that values public health, which should not be limited to those who we care about.
After the raw materials are extracted, they are sent to the factory. But what happens there? As the plastic resin is refined, toxic emissions from the chemical additives used are released into the air and into our water. In fact, the plastic industry releases 14% of the national total of toxins in the air. Some of the chemicals used in the refinery process include trichloroethane, methylene chloride, acetone, benzene, nitrous oxides, methanol, ethylene oxide, and volatile organic compounds. These toxic emissions are not only a chemical burden on the environment, but they also have negative effects on human health. This means workers across the world are suffering deaths and injuries from explosions, chemical fires, chemical spills, and clouds of toxic vapor in these horrid working environments.
Now, the plastic bags have to be shipped to retailers. Any form of transportation runs on fossil fuels, like gasoline, which emits greenhouse gases.
When the plastic bags arrive at its destination, like this supermarket, it's ready to be used. And this is where you come in. You are a customer in line at a cashier, ready to buy a carton of ice cream for your Netflix movie night. After you purchase ice cream, the cashier asks, "Would you like a bag?" And since they're so convenient and free, you answer, "Sure."
You take that plastic bag, carry it to your car, drive home, then bring it to your house, and it ends up in the trash in a matter of minutes. In fact, the average usage of a plastic bag is only 20 minutes. Fun fact, plastic is toxic. You've probably seen white powder on your plastic bag, which is actually chemical residue from the manufacturing process that can easily latch onto your food. 93% of Americans test positive for BPA, a chemical found in plastic. We are literally ingesting toxic chemicals. Plastic bags have hurt people every step of the way, and it is now affecting you. So now it's time for you to decide. Is a short 20 minutes of convenience really worth this, and this? But brace yourself, it doesn't end there.
Now to disposal, except there's no such thing. Less than 3% of plastic bags are recycled, and the rest end up in landfills, oceans, or as litter. America uses over 100 trillion plastic bags every year. Pretty scary stuff, huh? As trash degrades, methane gas is released into the atmosphere, causing heart disease, lung cancer, and even growth stunts for young children. Rainwater interacts with the trash and becomes toxic, then seeps through the ground into the water supply of nearby communities. Another terrifying fact is that plastic never biodegrades, but photodegrades. This means that it can only get smaller and smaller, but never gets fully decomposed into natural chemicals. Plastic will participate in a never-ending cycle of harming wildlife and pollution. And of course, people litter. Plastic bags thrown on the ground end up clogging storm drains, which cause floods during a heavy rain. Frequent floods in Bangladesh, India during the late 1980s submerged 2/3 of the country in water. Trust me, this happens more often than you think.
Julia Butterfly Hill once said that everything that is called waste or disposable is the ways in which we are saying that it is acceptable to throw our planet and its people away. And it's true. The land used to mine petroleum become nearly uninhabitable, contaminated by oil spills. The health of the people living there are jeopardized. The land used to build factories are destroyed. The well-being of the workers and consumers are disregarded. The once beautiful terrain are made repulsive. The oceans become a plastic stew that can't support the livelihood of marine animals who call this planet home. We are throwing away every aspect of this planet, all for 20 minutes of convenience.
Plastic bags are horrible in so many different ways, causing insurmountable damage to the environment. This can easily be resolved if everyone brought their own reusable bags at groceries, the mall, and for takeout.
So many progressive countries have legislated plastic bag regulations all over the world. China had a total ban of plastic bags in effect since 2008, and so did France as of March of 2016. Ireland, Mexico, Italy, and 11 other countries also have regulations to reduce plastic bags. In the US, the plastic bag fine movement started in California in 2014 and has spread to 20 other states across the nation. So far, 20 million Americans live in communities where plastic bags are regulated. 32% of the entire world is part of this global movement to reduce plastic bags. The world is transitioning into a greener society. Don't get left behind.
The conversation should not end here. It's time to start thinking. Everything in our daily lives comes from resources, manpower, and a cost. And it's time to think beyond what is convenient for ourselves and about how our actions and choices affect the people, animals, and environment around us.
Learn about your role in the environment because it is our responsibility to cherish and preserve this planet we all call home.